Brian has asked me to go through some of the positive parts about living in Fort Scott, and he told me I got to do the gig. I grew up here, went to college at the JUCO, moved back, chose to move back here, and there are some unique things about living in Fort Scott that is hard to see when you're in high school and you've grown up here, and it's just most high school kids want to leave and never come back, and I respect that. But just to give you a quick idea about some of the good things about Fort Scott, the JUCO, and I know Matt's out there a lot, but my college credit, and I'm sure it's more expensive now, but for a couple $1,000s, I could get whatever college credit I wanted to a semester. And if you took the same classes for the same credit that didn't count anymore towards your major at the University of Kansas, or even Pitt State was more expensive, and it counted the same towards your major. Other things that, in my opinion, are nice. I have a brother-in-law that lives in LA, and he's a pastor. He rents a one-bedroom, one-bath studio apartment for $2,500 a month. Now, you can complain about the wages in Fort Scott to some extent, but when you take the standard of living and the cost of living into the equation, this is about as cheap of a place that you can call your home base. Just to give you an example, I bought a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house for my first house when I first started working here. I think it was a $65,000, $70,000 house, and my house payment plus the taxes plus insurance was $464 a month. Compare that to the living standards in LA, which has some trendy, unique things in LA, but you're getting twice the home for 1/5 of the cost, and there's some advantages to that. Other things that we get a lot of outside people. I think we've had people from 7 different countries and like 16 states show up here to tour this facility or the window manufacturing facility. And the things that I take for granted having lived here my whole life, we drove a route to go get something to eat where we didn't hit a stoplight, and the commuting time from house to the office is about 3 minutes, and that just blows people's minds when they're in New York, where it's an hour to get to New Jersey and traffic is perfect. So there's some unique things here that you don't learn to take them for granted after being around them so much. The other thing they ask us to kind of put an emphasis on is what type of employees we're looking for, and like your teachers will tell you grades and do that, get good grades. It's very important, but from my perspective, you need to be able to pass a drug test. That's just an automatic nowadays. Wherever you go, it's a drug test. So if you want a job, cut the stuff out that you can't be doing, and that's the first foot in the door. I would say 40% of the people that show up here fail the drug test, and it's just, you don't even have a shot if you do that. The other thing is, your skills are important, your intelligence is great, but the ability to be a good teammate is a lot more important to us than what skills you have. We can teach skills all day long. The more important stuff are the intangibles, like not gossiping about other people that are you're working with, and if you're paid to do one job and the floor needs swept and there's an extra broom, go grab a broom. The people that continually make themselves busy and add value are the ones that climb up the ladder here very quickly. The other thing that is a learned trait, but you'll get there, if you can figure out how to take people who take responsibility and own it, go a long ways as well. If I say I need the building painted, and you're the type of person that can say, I'm on it, don't worry about it, that is worth gold to the people that are in the management positions. They don't have to worry about tasks. That means you formulate a plan, recruit the help that you need, and figure out how to do it, and just get it off the list without having to ask questions constantly. The world is full of people that can do things if they've been told, but the people that can formulate a plan and do it, sign me up. I'll take as many as you can get. that's just a quick snapshot based on some notes of why I like to live in Fort Scott. The other thing I'll say, because I remember being in Fort Scott thinking, I've got no chance to get anywhere to the big time growing up here and with a Fort Scott high school education, I just jotted down in my friend circle, which would have been year 2000 to 2004, we had doctors, surgeons. We got a kid that is a NASA, he's an actual rocket science, and Division I college basketball coaches, business owners, soon to be partners of KPMG, which is a Fortune 500 company for auditing, assistant athletic directors in Arkansas, you name the job, and someone from Fort Scott with an education here that grew up here has made it. So don't put yourself in a box. Take advantage of the opportunities you have, and the more value you can bring by like owning certain parts of a job, the better off you'll be in life.